Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. Today we're going to be working on something super easy and fun. We are going to be making this right here. It's an activity placemat, Happy Thanksgiving themed. This right here I made last year for my own Thanksgiving table. I also sold these too and it was like a super big hit, but I use these for my kids or even myself just to, give us something to do while we're sitting at the Thanksgiving table eating our turkey. But you could do this for any theme, any holiday, any birthday party. Super easy. I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to do this project, but I also will show you a different way that would be like even cheaper than doing it my way. So I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is to make one of these. We are not going to use any cool software, any expensive design software. You can do this in a free design program. It's going to be so simple and so easy. Let's get started. We are going to be using Creative Fabrica today because this is my go-to website. However, I'm going to show you the free option. It is the long version of this. I will show it to you at the end of this just because I think once I show you how easy and simple it is to do it here, you're probably not going to want to do the free version. Just saying. Okay, so the very first thing is we're going to think about a theme. For my theme today, we are going to be doing Thanksgiving. So all I'm going to do is in the search bar, I'm going to put Thanksgiving color and then just go. All of these right here are going to pop up. These are all Thanksgiving color goods, activity goods. If you're a teacher, if you're a homeschool teacher, or if you're just a mom looking for little quick coloring activities for your kids, there's so many uses for this website that goes beyond a Cricut crafter or beyond like a Photoshop crafter. I mean, it's really, oh look, 10 free downloads right there. Okay, so essentially what you're going to look for is just your color pages or your activity sheets of your choice. Now I have already picked mine and they're going to be this one right here, which is the activity color page. And then there's also going to be this one right here, which are little SVG files that are going to have removable backgrounds. We'll get into that in a second. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is just download them. So we're going to press download on the activity page, and then we're also going to go over into the other one. Okay, and that's just a reminder, all the files that I'm using for this project will be in the description of this video. So you don't have to go searching for this. I was just showing you how easy it is to find files, but the ones, if you want to make the apples to apples of what I'm making, it'll be linked in the description of this video. Okay, so then we're just going to press download on this file, and we're going to put everything in our downloads folder. The very next thing you're going to want to do is open up a Pages document, a Word document. If you use Canva, use Canva. If you use Microsoft or Google Pages or whatever word processor that you use, open that up. Okay, so for this next portion, we are going to set up our page to the page size that we are printing on. So I am using 11 by 17 paper. So I'm going to come up here into File and I'm going to do a page setup. I'm going to be printing on my large format printer. So I'm just going to click my large format printer. I'm going to go down to paper size. And because I'm doing an 11 by 17 piece of paper, that is tabloid. And I'm going to do borderless. And then I'm going to press OK. So if I zoom out just a little, everything that is in this white screen is this piece of paper right here, vertical sheet of paper. I'm going to keep it vertical just because that's how I like to view things in my designs. We got a storm rolling in and that was loud. It is very important for you to change your page size to what we're going to be printing. You don't want to have to like expand this later because it would just cause so much headache, especially if you're printing this. If you plan on printing this at like a Staples, a Kinko's, or Office Max, whatever, it's just easier if your page and what you save are the size that you need to print on, because then nobody has to then go back and figure out how much zooming needs to happen. So very important that your page size equals the print size of the paper that you're using on. Okay, very first thing we're gonna wanna do is find the download folders. So I'm just gonna open my folders and I'm gonna drag these over just to make some room. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep my screen zoomed out so I can see where I'm putting everything. The very first thing I want to do is go into my activity folder, and I'm going to go into PNG, and this is where all of the activities are going to go. So the very first thing that I want to put in here, and I mean this is your activity map, so you can make it any way you want, but the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the very large Happy Thanksgiving turkey. I'm going to go into format, arrange, and I'm going to turn this around 90 degrees. So now the bottom of my paper is going to be on the right. Everything on the left is going to be the top. So just think of this like this. Does that make sense? So I'm going to make this big, make this really big, and I'm going to put it in the middle. Luckily with my Pages document, I get those like yellow lines. So now I know that this is like in the middle of my piece of paper. I want to do 4 different activities for like the corners. So I'm going to go back over into my activity folder and I'm just going to find 4 different activities. Okay, we'll do a word search. Same thing we did before. We're going to move this over 90 degrees. And then I want to make sure that like it stays on the page and that there's no text wrapping. Same thing with the big one. Stay on page, no text wrapping. Okay, then I'm just gonna resize these, put these kind of larger, but in the corners. Going back over, finding another activity. Okay, so for this particular one, the PNG files here have white backgrounds. So when I went in and inserted this into my project, do you see how like if I wanted to put this right here, it's like getting cut off on that turkey? So if you have that issue, what you can do is send this to the back. Now this turkey obviously has a background too, so I can just drag this up until I no longer have that white line in my design. So I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay, I need one more activity. And I think this one, what I want it to be is the what I'm thankful for. Where are you? Right here. Okay, it's doing the same things we've done for all the rest of them. 90 degrees, we're gonna stay on page. We're gonna do no text wrap and just resize this, aligning it to the back. Okay, so this looks plain Jane. I mean, we've filled up. We don't want to make the activities too small because then they would be hard to do, especially if you have little kids. But then what you want to do is we want to fill up the rest of that. We're going to go into the other like SVG file that we downloaded, and I'm going to go over here into the outline. I just want the outline, no white fill. This is the fun part. We're just going to add in a whole bunch of little icons in there. So I'm going to just add in some little cuties, make these smaller, doing the same steps as what we've done before. I'm going to do stay on page, text wrap, none, and I am just going to make these smaller. Now for these ones, you could do 90 degrees if you want. Because I'm using Pages, they have this like little dial thing and I can just rotate these. Now I want to do multiples of the icons I put in there. So I'm going to just do copy and paste. And I'm just going to put these around, filling up my page, making it look nice and full. And then you just keep going, resizing, doing stay on page, text wrap, none. Okay, so I have my placemat designed the way that I want to. Looks a little bit different than the original one that I have, but still just as cute. So if you are printing this from home, all you would want to do is print this. Now, if you wanted to print this at like Staples or Kinko's, anywhere else, what you're going to want to do is go into File, and we want to save this as a PDF file. So I'm going to go into Export, and I'm going to save it as a PDF. You're going to use the best settings, then you're just going to press next, name it the way you want, and then we're going to go, and then I'm just going to save it to my desktop and press export. So now this placemat is saved into my desktop. Now, because we've not used any copyrighted images, because sometimes places like Walgreens, Walmart, Staples, Kinko's, it depends on who you get, they will not print images that are used with copyrighted images. So if you did this color page with like a Bluey version or a Disney princess, sometimes they won't want to print that. So because we've not used any copyrighted images, you will have zero issues uploading this into like a Staples website and then printing it. I think it's like 19 cents because we've made it just a black and white 11 by 17. It shouldn't cost you too much to print, or you can just print from home. I did promise you that I would show you the cheaper way of doing this, and that would be going over into your Safari. And you know how we used Creative Fabrica to find all of our clip arts? What you would do is you would go into your Safari or internet browser, and let's put in Thanksgiving color pages and just press return. You're gonna wanna go over into the images portions. Now, I have shown you how to do this in a lot of my other tutorials. So when you find the images that you're looking for, they should always be free images. Let's go over here. This one says free Thanksgiving color page. We'll click on that, and then we'll go to this, it looks like it's a blog, and you would download their free color pages, doing the same thing. Now, this is definitely the longer version. Oh my gosh. Well, that was a little dramatic. House is good. Everything's good, I believe. Anyways, we're going to keep rolling. So I don't remember exactly what it is that I was saying. However, I do know that doing it this way would be the longer version, but it would be the freer version of the two if you did not want to pay for Creative Fabrica. It's definitely possible for you to do exactly what I did without using Creative Fabrica. Okay, so I think that we have summed up this tutorial for today, and we had a little bit of drama too. How exciting. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I will see you later.